You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other.
Alright, welcome back to Unit 7.2. Today we're going to solve inequalities using adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Great thing is we're going to combine what we learned in 7.1 along with how to solve the equations that we've been doing forever. Alright, so if we take a look here, this is the first one. We have x less than or equal to, 8 is less than or equal to x minus 2.5. Now normally that'd be an equal sign. That's the only thing different. I'm going to solve it just like we're in an equation. So remember, when I solve equations, I have to balance them, right? So I want to get x by itself. So let's take a look. What's bothering x? Minus 2.5. So I want to do the opposite of that. I want to add 2.5 to both sides. 2.5. 8 plus 2.5 is 10.5. 10.5 is less than, these are going to cancel out, and we have x. Alright, so let's make our graph. I know that my boundary here is going to be 10.5, so that's right in between. It could be equal to it, so it's going to be a filled in. Alright, and I want all the numbers that are more than or greater than 10.5, so that's this way. Okay, now it says check your answer. So here's the difference between an equation and an inequality. I have all these different answers. Alright, yes, 10.5 would work, but so would 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 100. All of them would work. Alright, if this is the true thing, anything on this side is going to work. So I'm going to use 13. I'm going to plug 13 in, see if it works. Is 8 less than or equal to 13 minus 2.5? Alright, and then we have 13 minus 2.5. Well, that's going to be 10.5. Is 8 less than or equal to 10.5? Well, it sure is. And since it is, everything checks out. We're good to go. Alright, so it checks. Let's try the next one. Some room here. Alright, g plus 4.2 is less than 5.6. So again, the first thing I need to do is get g by itself. The opposite of adding is subtracting. I'm going to subtract 4.2 from both sides. And I get g is less than 1.4. Alright, it's not equal to, so it's going to be open circle at 1.4. That's about 1.4. Open circle, and I want all the numbers that are less than that. All the numbers less than that are going this way. So let's pick one that's less than that. Well, 0 is less. Let's see. Is 0 plus 4.2 less than 5.6? 0, that's 4.2. Is 4.2 less than 5.6? It sure is, so it checks. All right, let's try some more out here, see if we can make them a little bit different.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
And the great thing is these are all one step today, all right? Breaking in. What's the opposite of multiplying by 4? The opposite of multiplying by 4 is divide by 4. So I have h is greater than negative 4. So I'm going to start at negative 4, not including it because it's not equal to. I want all the numbers bigger than negative 4. All the numbers bigger than negative 4 are to the right. All right, down here, the opposite of dividing by 5 is going to multiply both sides by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 is greater than or equal to r. So it could be equal to it, so I'm going to shade it. It's going to be a solid dot. I want all the numbers less than 10. All the numbers less than 10 go this way. All right, let's check it. Let's see. What's a number less than... Oh, I'm going to... zero's over here, isn't it? I'm going to use 0. 0 divided by 5 is 0. Is 2 greater than or equal to 0? Yeah, sure is, so it works out. All right, let's move on. All right, let's do this one. All right, you know me by now. You know there's a trick. So let's check it out. I'm going to divide by a negative 7. So far I haven't been dividing by negatives. So now I have h is greater than negative 6. Let's graph it. start at 6. I want all the numbers greater than that. All right, let's try one. Let's try -3. -7 times -3 is -21 greater than 42? Or excuse me, +21? Is that? No, that's not true. This is where the trick comes in. See, we divided by a negative here, and that really screws things up because it changes signs, right? This was a positive and it changed to a negative. Well, if that changes, we need to change this inequality sign. So anytime we're going to divide or multiply by a negative, we need to flip that around. So now instead of being greater than, it's going to be less than. So let's regraph that. All right. So I'm starting at -6 still. Now I want all the numbers less than that. So let's see if that works. Let's try -7. -7 times -7 is 49. Is 49 greater than 42? It sure is. All right, down here, I'm dividing by, remember this negative can go with this 15. So I'm going to multiply both sides by -15. All right, and that's going to cause a sign change here, right? Because I'm multiplying and dividing by negatives causes that sign change. So whenever there's a sign change, I need to switch my inequality symbol. So now R is greater than or equal to -45. Let's see here. So it could be equal to it, so I'm shading it in. I want all the numbers bigger than that. So all the numbers bigger than that are this way, okay? What's a number bigger than that? 0. So let's try it. 0 divided by -15 is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 3? It sure is. All right. Now notice when I check it, I didn't change the inequality, did I? All right, that's just for the solution. All right. So let's write that note down. Whenever you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, reverse the inequality symbol. All right. Only multiply and divide, not adding and subtracting. Only when you actually multiply or divide by a negative. Notice, this number here is a negative that I was multiplying to the other side. There was a problem before, right here, -16. I didn't switch it here though, did I? Because the 4 that I'm dividing wasn't negative. So it only happens when the number you're actually multiplying or dividing by is being negative. All right, write the verbal sentence as an inequality. So the quotient of y and 3. Quotient is division. So y and -3 is greater than or equal to 12. So I'm going to multiply both sides. When I multiply by a negative, I need to switch. So y is less than or equal to -36. All right, let's jot this down. -36, -35, -37. Could be equal to it, so I shade it. I want all the numbers less than, so it's going the other way. All right, down here, difference. Difference means subtraction. So b minus 12 is less than -5. So I add 12. So b is less than 7. So 7, 8, 6. Open dot. I want all the numbers less than. Goes that way. All right? All right. Pause the video and you try these two, and then we'll see if you got them right. All right, welcome back. So I need to divide by a -6h, or just -6. When I divide, I have to switch. So -12 divided by -6, there's a sign change. That's 2 is less than h. So open dot, and I want all the numbers bigger than 2. All the numbers bigger than 2 goes this way. All right. Down here, I'm going to add 12. H is less than or equal to 20. Open dot, I want all the numbers less than that. It goes this way. Okay? Real simple. Hopefully you remember how to solve one-step equations, and that's going to help you out quite a bit. So the only real new thing here is the flip on the signs, right? And the graphing of the inequalities. If you need any help, of course, ask your teachers. Good luck on the mastery check.